Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually a two-part series. This video right here is on this eye look right here. I am filming a contouring, kind of a basics for beginner, and also kind of like how to contour if you have a bulbous nose. So if you notice, I don't have my nose done. I didn't do any contouring for this particular video, just did my face and my lips, and that's it. So for this look, I used the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Looks like this. It is not new. This has been out for, I believe, a couple of years. I just recently added it to my collection. I didn't buy it when it first came out because I have the entire Naked series, and I was like, all right, I don't need this, but these colors actually really make blue eyes pop, and I especially love the shades in here for a smoky winged liner, which is what I did with this today. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this look, then using this palette, then just keep watching. If you're interested in the nose contouring video, it's going to be up right after this video, I believe, or it might be before. I'm not sure how it's going to get uploaded. But yeah, I'm filming that right after this. So yeah, if you guys are new here, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way YouTube will notify you every time I upload. And by the way, if you are new, my name is Lauren Jade. I am 57. I have hooded eyes and I have mature, crepey, wrinkly skin. So following a traditional YouTube cookie cutter, one size fits all, where they go into the crease with the large fluffy brush and swashbuckle that color around, does not work for me or my situation and my eye shape. So you guys will notice I do things a little bit differently on my channel. All right, so I want to keep this intro short because I'm going to be filming my nose contouring video right after this. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. You guys know that drill. All right, I will see you guys in my next one. Let's get on to this tutorial. I went ahead and primed my eyes. I used MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and I set this lightly with just a little bit of translucent powder. I have pretty much done my face except for my lips, and I did not do any nose contouring because I'm going to do a separate video right after this. It's going to be kind of a contouring 101, kind of basics for beginners, just kind of specializing like on the nose. I'm going to show you guys some different contour palettes and give you guys some different suggestions for, you know, what types of colors to look for, and just kind of how the whole shade and light contouring and highlight concept kind of works. Just the basics, and just the basics on nose contouring, especially if you have a quote bulbous tip like I do. And if you have a bulbous nose, maybe you've said the words, I hate my nose, I want a nose job. I've said them, I'm guilty. So that is what I'm going to be uploading probably right after this eye tutorial. So watch for that if you guys want to see that. And let's get on. We're going to be using the Naked Heat. All right, I'm going to start with kind of framing this hooded eye and start putting in some definition to kind of help me kind of see and also kind of act as little guides. I'm going to start with a flat definer brush. I'm going to go into the shade Ashes, which is a dark plum shade. It's the darkest shade in the palette. I am going to start by stamping the root of the lash line. It's kind of stamping, and I like it a little bit thinner on the inner corner, and then I always take it a little bit thicker on the outer corner. I'm wiggling it into my lashes as well. It just kind of, not really kind of tight lines, but kind of gives you that illusion. And then you can see that I'm making it just a little bit thicker in this outer corner. And then when I get to the very end, I want most of the color deposited first so that I don't have a lot of color out here. So I'm going to lightly stamp with whatever's left on this brush. I'm just going to stamp a little bit out here, just kind of fill in. You can kind of see that it kind of gives the illusion that the eye is not so downturned. All right, I'm going to switch to a angled liner brush. This is a Hourglass number 10. And right here, I'm just going to put in like a little tiny wing. I'm just going to stamp this right like at the edge here. Just going to stamp this, and then I'm going to drag this in I like to kind of fill it in slowly. Sometimes I will just stamp it and then just, you know, draw the line straight in. But when you want to get it a little bit more precise, I like to just kind of fill it in slowly. So now I have this kind of little wing tip up here, and it just kind of creates the illusion that the eye is a little bit more uplifted. I don't know if you can see the difference. So that is what I'm going to do on this end here. Just take this, make it like a little tiny wing here. I always stamp in the direction so that it stays upturned to give me that lifted eye effect. So I always follow the direction that my lower lash line is going. It's kind of a little stamp. Let's kind of fill that in. All right, I'm going to switch to a pencil brush. This one is the MAC 219, but any pencil brush will work. And I'm going to take Cayenne right here. All right, I'm kind of just going back and forth between smoking this out and kind of diffusing this color upwards. I really wanted it to be kind of a gradient with this little wing here. And I like to do my winged liner first for lots of different reasons. It kind of acts as tape, so then I keep everything from this point inward. I don't like dark eyeshadow out here at all. On me, it just does not work. I don't like it. I don't like how it looks on me. And I also, so this kind of acts as tape, but also it kind of helps me to see my socket shape, and I know where everything is. So I really wanted, on this particular look, I wanted the wing to kind of be the focus. So I'm just really smoking this up into a gradient. So it's kind of going from that really light kind of reddish, that cayenne color, down into that deeper plum color. And you can see the most of the depth is closest to the lash line, which is what I want. And for this particular look, I did a little bit more of the focus on the lifted eye effect as opposed to elongating it and just pulling it out. So I'm keeping this kind of focused on lifted up. I just stamp this is what I do, and then I connect it inward. You can also just kind of create one line and then just bring it in. I feel like this works better for me. So I just stamp here and then I just slowly connect it. And then I'm just smoking it out with my pencil brush. All right, I'm gonna grab a tiny bit of my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and my Sigma E35, which is one of my favorite brushes for doing this step. And I'm just going to swirl a little tiny bit of this into my socket bone, just right on my socket bone, actually right in there, right inside that socket. I'm gonna grab a tiny bit more and do what I always do. I'm just gonna swirl a little bit up here, push this, kind of brush this up towards the brow. I'm gonna take it down in here, but that's as far as I'm gonna go because I am doing a nose contouring kind of video right after this. So I want to not have anything on my nose. Just going to swirl this around, put a little bit up here, and just kind of take it down here, just a hair. I just really like that inner corner shading. I just feel like it just gives such a really beautiful, sultry fade, very sexy look. And I like brushing it up towards the brow. It just softens that whole area. All right, I'm going to use the same brush because I want the same type of effect. I'm going to go into Sauced. This is a great shade for blending out these reddish browns here. And I'm keeping this pretty low. I'm not taking this all the way up here. I'm not taking it as high as I did with the bronzer. I'm just following my socket bone right here. I'm just right on my socket bone right above my natural crease, really. I'm also going to start to blow this outward here and just make it really airy out here. So now I'm going to kind of diffuse the edges of this, my little transition shade and my bronzer. I'm using a Sigma E40, and I'm going to take this shade right here, Chaser, and I'm going to put just a little bit of it on the end of this brush, not a lot. I'm going very, very lightly here. I'm just buffing out the edges. I want that really kind of flawless airbrushed finish out here towards the end. All right, so now it's time to bring some depth and dimension and to kind of create a little bit of definition and just to kind of map out the shape here, just basically bringing some definition to this hooded eye. I'm gonna grab this shade that I used to smoke out my winged liner, this cayenne shade. I'm gonna look straight ahead here. I'm gonna grab this mirror. So I'm just gonna place a little dot right on the skin fold. And you want to be able to see this when your eyes are open and you're looking straight ahead. Making sure that they're even. All right, so now I kind of have a little bit of a guide, and I'm going to just follow my natural socket shape here. I'm just kind of taking this right in the quote hollow of the eye, I guess, if you will. It's just right above my natural crease, about 2 to 3 millimeters. And I'm following the natural shape because I don't want to wing this out. Just gonna take it from this inner corner and just kind of following this shape. I'm just putting in a little tiny fake little crease line right here. And once I have this shape that I'm happy with, I'm just going to use this brush that it came with. I'm going to use this side, and I'm just going to soften the line. All right, I'm going to map out my lid space. I'm just using a cream color brush. The number is so old on this. This is an old MAC one, but any cream color brush will do. And I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm just going to map out where I'm going to put my shimmer. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but since my wing here is kind of the focal point, I really want to keep this light. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to tie the look together, because the same shade that's going to be on my crease that I used to create that fake crease line to give me that shape and definition is the same shade that I used to smoke out my winged liner and to give me that little smoky wing. I'm going to be tying those two together. They will be the same shade, but first I'm going to do the lid, and then I'm going to go back and re-intensify both of those once the lid is actually done. I'm going to take Scorched here. I absolutely love this color. It looks a lot like the henna from Anastasia. It's just a beautiful kind of sunset-y, copper, reddish. It's just, I love it. I love this color. I do want to add a highlight though, and there isn't really one in this palette except for I guess this one, but I don't want to use that. I'm going to go into this. This is the Chloe and Malika, the Becca collab palette. And I'm going to use a mixture of this shade and this one. The Becca highlighters, they always just pop. And I love using highlighters. I'm just dabbing this like in the center, but kind of towards the front too. It's the shade right here. And then I'm going to go into this one, and it's going to be my highlighting shade. And I'm taking this just up into the front a little bit as well. I'm going to grab a pencil brush and really hit that inner corner in just a second, but I'm going to use that dry. This, I have spritzed my brush with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. All right, I'm going to grab my pencil brush here. I'm going to take a tiny bit and I'm just going to pop this right on the inner corner. All right, now I'm going to actually connect it all together, and I'm going to do that with this cayenne shade right here. I'm going to go right on top of the winged liner that I smoked out up here, and I'm going to go right over the fake crease line in that same exact color. And I'm going to do this very, very lightly so it doesn't end up all over the place. I'm going to go right on top of the shimmer. All right, I'm going to take my little smoker brush. This one I think is a Laura Mercier one. I have a NARS one, and I'm just going to kind of feather everything out here. I just love how this came out. So beautiful, so beautiful. All right, I just felt like it needed a little tiny extra pop of brightness on that inner corner. You guys know how much I just live and die for this brightness in my inner corner. I am literally all about it. I love it. All right, I love this look. I love how it came out, and I especially love this palette for eyeliner. I just love these shades. You guys can see it just makes blue eyes pop. All right, that completes the look. I am not going to set my face because I'm going to be filming my nose contouring video right after this. So if you guys want to see that and see how I contour this bulbous schnoz, this big nose that I really don't like, then just keep watching. Actually, this is going to be a separate video, so it'll either be uploaded either before or after, but I'm going to be filming that video right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah! Love you guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye.